Hey guys, this is spor-adic bringing another commentary here on Search and Destroy, and I tried to do this without watching the footage first 3 times, and I failed every time because it's just so hard because some things come up and I see that I want to talk about, and then, so, anyways, I lose track of what I'm talking about completely, and it's just bad. So I watched the whole video. I use M16 for the most part. I do get a couple kills with UMP with stopping power, so that's a testament to how old this is. I don't run UMP with stopping power anymore. The only thing I'll run with it is cold-blooded because I like that. That's the only gun I like silenced in cold-blooded. So other than that, it's pretty much straightforward spor-adic style. Sleight of hand with the M16. Just before I had fall camo too, so I'm not sure when I recorded this, but it was a while ago now. I get into 2 clutch situations in this, and everyone's been, cause since I added the clutch of the week to the to the tips and clips, everyone seems to be quite, like, I don't know, it just seems like everyone's kind of interested in like the clutch kind of situation, and everyone gets really jacked and up and excited about that, which is really cool. It is cool, like, to clutch it and, you know, win like that when it's like a 3-on-1 situation, but like a lot of times it doesn't happen. And one thing I can tell you guys, from a lot of experience, I played this game a lot, and there's 2 ways you can clutch situations. You can rampage it, and you can get lucky sometimes with rampaging it, and you'll catch people off guard because they're not expecting it. It's like if they're a very passive team, like if you're playing against a bunch of guys that are like camping, like let's say you're playing against a whole bunch of spor-adics, and we're just kind of sitting back, letting you guys come to us, you know, waiting until you get to the bomb sites and, you know, taking you down there or getting into better position, then I would strongly suggest against the rampage technique, because they're going to be waiting for you to come rampaging in and you'll get killed. And if you're playing against a bunch of very aggressive players, then yeah, you can go out there and get in their face, because they're looking for people that are camping in a clutch situation. You know, they're running around like crazy, looking, and then you can catch them off guard, like in the middle of a doorway, and stab them or whatever, right? So you have to really kind of figure out what kind of players you're playing against before you just can decide which way you can clutch it. I am a lot more comfortable with like a stick and go clutch technique, and that's kind of like I camp for a bit. My first guy I keep off the radar, but after the first it's pretty much game on. So, because I mean, the first guy that comes through, I'll try to kill him with a silenced pistol, for example, right? Or something quiet, so not on the radar if I have to stab him or whatever. I prefer like a pistol at a range. That way they don't really know where I'm at. And that way I can actually, the next guy that I kill, the second one down, is usually there's only, like, you don't really do many more than 3-man clutches very often. Usually there's only 2 left at that point, so if you take the other one down, it's just, then you're down to a 1-on-1 situation. Even if the other guy knows where you are on the radar, you have a really good chance of predicting whereabouts he's at this point, where you've seen the other 2 guys come from, right? So, I don't know. That's the way I think of it clutching anyways. You got to really remain calm and think about what's going on, and it really pays off if you take the time to kind of examine the situation, try to recall what kind of weapons they're using. If they're snipers, are they cocky? They like to do quick scopes. If they're quick scoping, then you have a good chance to stay inside of buildings and get them inside where it's a little closer. You can move around and not get quick scoped. Like, worst case scenario, like, you got to. That's what I mean. It completely depends on what the other team's doing, how they're doing, what weapons they're using, and it's one of those things you got to pay attention to, because it really changes how you can play against your opponents as well, not just in clutch situations, but in normal game situations as well. Like, if you're running into a lot of campers, then you don't want to go barreling in their head over heels. If you're playing against an aggressive team, then yeah, you can meet them in the middle and, you know, flank around and whatnot. But if the flank's at the very back and if it's protected by a bunch of campers, there's a good chance you're not going to get around. You know, I mean, that's the biggest complaint I read on comments, on people's, like, on the comments. They're always like, fucking campers can kiss my ass, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, yeah, it's because they keep killing you because they're hiding in a corner somewhere, yeah, and you're running by them. I'm like, I'm sorry, that's the way it works. You kill lots of people that are aggressive because you're flanking around behind them, which is your job as a rusher, so, I don't know. That's my big rant. I didn't do anything fancy for the clutches this time in this game. I think it's 2 1-man clutches, so it's not really a clutch per se, but just last guy standing, playing smart, and you know, getting yourself in secure locations and trying to figure out where the enemy is before they figure out where you are. So, and this little spot here I like to use. It's a good spot with a sniper rifle, especially any rifle really. You just plant. I kind of screwed up on the bomb plant. That one I should have planted more towards that corner, but I could see him crawling around, and I could see the bomb's corner. So if something moved it, I would be able to see it. But that C4 works really well for defense and offense. So I use it for both. As soon as they touch the bomb, you blow them up. And a lot of times, if someone throws a flashbang in and it's kind of sparkly on the ceiling, they just think it's a light bulb or something. You know, like a lot of people just kind of assume things, like they perceive things, unless they've played a lot, in which case they'll know that there's no light bulb above the bomb site. But I can't tell you how many people that don't. Yeah, I always try to call the Harriers in, like where I know there's gonna be snipers, but I only got a hit marker on that one. Yeah, UMP kill. That was an ugly one too, with the friggin' stopping power in there. But I don't know. See, I rig up this one on defense as well. So at least that way, if someone plants at B and I'm not there, I can blow them up. I do similar tricks in Wasteland and Skid Row. A couple other maps that you can kind of get the bombs, fuel, or you can get it both ceilings and fuel. You can do the same thing with. So just cool little things you can do with C4 that most people don't do. And I mean, there is people out there that do it, but it doesn't seem to be as many. Going for a sexy kill cam, and boom! Nice C4, and oh, the bitch left the game. Sorry guys, that's Sporadic's rant and raves about clutches and all that stuff. Enjoy. 9-0. Flawless with a bunch of crap. Take care guys, I'll see you online.